we're living in a world, where technology and AI are moving so fast. It's like, whoa, hold on a second. And it's easy to get caught up in all the code and the algorithms. But what we sometimes miss is how crucial it is to understand the human side of all this change. Like, what does it mean for our societies, how we behave, how we even govern ourselves? And, that's where the social sciences become really important, maybe even more than ever.
Right, exactly. It's not just about, looking back at history. It's also about understanding what's happening right now and how we can use that to steer the way we develop tech, make sure it really benefits people. So for this deep dive, we've been taking a good look at the career paths open to people who graduate in social sciences, specifically how their skills are, well, they're becoming super valuable in this digital world we live in.
I think that's a great point because, when you hear all this talk about the future being all about tech, it's easy to assume that you got to go for a STEM career, right? But what we're trying to do today is show you just how wide open things are, how much power there is in having a social science background. Think of it as like your cheat sheet to understand what real, concrete opportunities are out there for those who study people and societies, especially in this time of crazy technological change.
For sure. I think it's crucial to start with, like, the basic enduring relevance of social sciences. It's these disciplines that give us the tools to understand why we act the way we do, how our communities actually work, and the complexities of our governance systems. And these aren't just abstract concepts, they're real forces at play, especially as technology reshapes, pretty much everything, the way we interact, our institutions in such deep ways.
Yeah, you're right. You can't just drop some super advanced AI or some groundbreaking tech into society and expect it to work smoothly. Social sciences give us that critical lens, to anticipate what might happen, consider the ethical side of things, and shape policies that actually, lead to good outcomes for everyone. And here's where it gets really interesting. Our sources actually say that social sciences aren't just sitting on the sidelines anymore. They're actively driving the digital transformation in fields like economics and politics.
What's so fascinating is how these fields are changing to really use the power of these new digital tools and all the data that's out there now. Think about it. The sheer amount of info being generated every single day, it's mind-blowing. And social scientists, they're now using this massive amount of data to do things like analyze economic trends in a way that's never been possible before, with incredible precision, or to understand how political discussions play out on social media, the patterns there, and even to model how information spreads and shapes public opinion.
That's so true. And it leads us directly to some really compelling areas where social sciences and tech are merging. And it's exciting stuff. We're seeing, for example, this rapid growth in fields like AI ethics and policymaking. In this area, really understanding human values, the norms we have in society and our legal frameworks, it's all essential to make sure we develop and use AI responsibly.
And if we zoom out a bit, the questions around AI ethics are super important. Like, who gets to decide what's fair in an algorithm? How do we deal with potential bias baked into these AI systems? What about accountability when things go wrong, as they inevitably do sometimes? Social scientists are right at the forefront of these debates, helping us understand and navigate these complex issues, and they're shaping the policies we need to move forward responsibly.
Then there's digital humanities, which is kind of a cool mix, right? It's basically using digital tools and methods to explore and analyze historical and cultural stuff. So imagine using some sophisticated software to find hidden connections in huge archives of old texts, or creating a virtual reality experience of an archaeological site.
Yeah, that's spot on. It raises a really important point about how we protect and make sense of our shared cultural heritage in a world that's becoming more digital every day. Digital humanities offer some really innovative ways to engage with history, literature, and art. It makes these fields more accessible, more interactive, more dynamic than they've ever been before. You can imagine using computer software to analyze trends in thousands of old documents. It helps us understand societal shifts in ways that just weren't possible before with those old school methods.
We're also seeing a big expansion in economic analysis using AI. Think about the power of machine learning. It can spot those subtle patterns in how markets behave, patterns that we humans might miss. It can forecast economic trends more accurately, even help design economic policies that are more effective and, more targeted. It's like having a superpowered magnifying glass for the economy. Being able to process and interpret this huge amount of economic data, it's opening up entirely new ways of understanding how our economies actually work.
Exactly. And it's crucial to remember that this isn't just about crunching numbers. A strong foundation in economic principles. It's still essential to interpret the results AI spits out, make sure they make sense, and to come up with policy recommendations that are meaningful and effective. The why behind the data, it still comes down to economic theory and that social understanding.
Public policy and governance is another area that's changing drastically. Now that policymakers have access to more comprehensive data and, increasingly sophisticated analytical tools, they have the potential to make better decisions, see the real-time impact of the policies they put in place, and even connect with citizens better through digital platforms.
Yeah, the potential here for making policy decisions based on evidence, it's really significant. Social scientists who specialize in public policy and governance, they now have these powerful digital tools to analyze how well policies are working, spot areas that need improvement, and design systems that are more equitable and efficient. It's a game changer.
And underlying all of these areas, we're seeing the growing importance of data-driven decision-making. It seems like everywhere you look, across all sorts of sectors, the ability to collect, analyze, and understand data related to human behavior and social trends, it's becoming a golden ticket. And it's not just tech companies. It's about everything from designing better cities to improving healthcare.
Absolutely. The key here is being able to look beyond the raw data and understand the social and human context behind it. And that's where the unique perspective of social sciences becomes, indispensable.
Okay, so if you're listening to this and thinking, what kind of academic background do I need for all these opportunities? Well, our sources actually provide a really thorough rundown of subject combos that are relevant at the undergraduate level. Those established pairings that give you a strong analytical base like mass economics, commerce, or commerce, economics, geography. And then there's history, geography, economics, which helps you understand how economic activity changes over time across different places.
Right, and then you have combinations that really focus on the connections between historical context, societal structures, and how governments work. So things like history, economics, political science, public administration, economics, commerce, and history, economics, sociology. These give you a deeper understanding of the forces that shape our societies and how policies come about.
And we can't forget about history, geography, political science. It gives you a valuable spatial and political framework to understand historical events and their long-term impact. And, of course, psychology. It's a critical discipline on its own, offering profound insights into how individuals and groups behave, which is super relevant now in our digitally connected world where social media plays such a big role.
Beyond these subject combinations, there are specific bachelor's degree programs that are really tailored to these new and emerging fields. We see BA honors programs in areas like liberal studies, international relations, and global affairs, which give you a broad understanding of those complex global issues and the whole intercultural dynamic. So they prepare you for all sorts of international careers.
And for those who are really into research, there are specialized BA research degrees in disciplines like international relations, history, and sociology. There are also BSc research degrees in economics and finance, which really drill down into research methods and quantitative analysis. So those who like to get into the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, the emergence of BA digital humanities and social sciences programs is super interesting. It directly reflects this merging of fields that we've been talking about. And it's important to remember that the traditional BA honors degrees in those core social science subjects like economics, sociology, psychology, history, and political science, they're still incredibly valuable. They give you deep knowledge in your chosen field and those critical thinking skills that you can apply anywhere.
It's also interesting to see that even BA degrees that are more, vocationally oriented, like tourism, culinary arts, or jewelry design, they can benefit from a social science perspective. It helps grads understand things like consumer behavior, cultural trends, and market dynamics in their specific industry. And let's not forget the solid foundation you get from those traditional BA courses. They're still relevant.
Moving up to the master's level, the choices become even more specialized and focused. We're seeing traditional MA degrees in those core social science disciplines: history, political science, public administration, economics, international relations, sociology, and psychology. They let you dive deeper and specialize within these established fields.
But there are also some increasingly popular MA programs that are specifically designed to tackle today's societal challenges, like those in women's studies, developmental studies, rural development, and public policy and governance. These equip you with the the knowledge and skills to really address those pressing social and economic issues.
The growth of fields like applied criminology, defense studies, and national security studies reflects the fact that security challenges are becoming more complex in the modern world. We need those social science perspectives to understand and deal with these issues.
And then you have the specialized MA programs in areas like cultural informatics, digital society, and media writing and communication. These address how digital tech is impacting our culture, how we interact, and how information spreads. These are cutting-edge fields with huge potential in the future.
And lastly, it's important to remember the value of an MBA for social science grads. MBA programs with specializations in things like international business, public policy, corporate banking, digital marketing, project management, wealth management, and rural management. They can give you valuable business skills and open up all sorts of leadership roles in different sectors. It's a great way to round out your skill set.
Now, for those thinking about specific institutions that are really leading the charge and bring social science and technology together, our sources highlight some really interesting universities. In India, there's Mahindra University with their BBA in digital technologies, and the University College for Women, Osmania University. They've got a forward-thinking BA in digital humanities.
Ashoka University offers a great introduction to digital humanities course, and the Digital University Kerala has a dedicated school of digital humanities and liberal arts, which shows you how important this interdisciplinary area is becoming. Christ University has an MA in English with digital humanities, another example of how these fields are coming together in interesting ways.
IIT Kanpur has launched a really innovative e-masters in smart governance and digital public infrastructure. This highlights the increasing importance of technology in modern public administration. The Jindal School of International Affairs, JSIA, is another major player in this evolving field, along with Hyderabad Central University, which offers integrated MA programs in a bunch of social science disciplines.
And then there's IIT Madras, which has an MA in development studies in English. This shows how essential those social science viewpoints are for understanding and tackling complex development challenges. Looking at things internationally, King's College London in the UK offers an MSc in digital economy. The University of Oxford, also in the UK, has their prestigious MSc in digital scholarship.
Germany's Karlsruhe Institute of Technology has a really cutting-edge MSc in digital economics. Maastricht University in the Netherlands has a special digital economy track for their MBA. And the University of Manchester in the UK offers an MSc in digital transformation, which reflects how broadly digital technologies are affecting our society and economy.
These are just a few examples, but they really highlight how important it is globally to combine insights from social sciences with the advancements in technology. Universities all over the world are creating specialized programs to meet this growing demand. It's an exciting time to be in these fields.
Absolutely. So with all these different academic backgrounds and programs, what sorts of careers can you actually pursue with a social science foundation in this crazy world we live in?
Well, the range is really impressive. We're seeing new roles popping up all the time, like AI ethics consultant, where your understanding of human values and the potential social impact of AI is critical. And with data becoming more important every day, there's a huge demand for data scientists with a strong social science background. They bring a unique and valuable perspective to interpreting and understanding data about human behavior and social trends. It's not just about the numbers, it's about the people behind the numbers.
And of course, digital marketing expert roles are a natural fit for those who get consumer behavior, online communication, and all the nuances of social media. The role of public policy analyst is still essential, but it's been supercharged with digital tools and data-driven insights.
Economic analyst roles are changing fast too, with a bigger focus on using AI and big data to make sense of complex economic trends and to inform important policy decisions. And UX researchers, they focus on understanding user behavior to improve how digital products and services are designed. More and more of them are coming from social science backgrounds, bringing those valuable qualitative research skills with them.
The intersection of technology and security is also creating new opportunities in fields like cybersecurity and digital archives. In these areas, understanding social engineering tactics and the work of preserving our digital heritage, well, it requires a mix of technical know-how and social science insights. International business and development is still a crucial field, and now it needs people who understand global digital economies and how to communicate effectively across cultures in a digital world.
And for those interested in public service, the civil services in India, like UPSC, IES, CAPF, and CDS, along with the Telangana State Public Service Commission, TGSPSC, they offer a wide range of opportunities to use your social science knowledge in government, administration, and public policy at different levels. It's a chance to make a real difference.
And we can't forget about the police and defense services, where understanding social dynamics, conflict resolution, and human behavior is absolutely vital for them to operate effectively. Diplomats, policy analysts working for global NGOs, environmentalists, human rights activists, they all rely on the core principles and analytical skills you develop through social science training.
State-level administrative and recruitment boards offer another path for social science grads to contribute to governance and development at a regional level. And for those who are passionate about academia and research, if you can clear the UGC NET exam, it opens doors to teaching and research positions in universities all over the country. It's a great way to contribute to knowledge and shape young minds.
So to wrap up this deep dive, it's pretty clear that social sciences aren't just relevant, they're thriving in our increasingly digital world where AI is playing a bigger role every day. They give us the tools to understand the human side of technological progress and to tackle the complex social challenges that come up.
Absolutely. They help you develop critical thinking skills, teach you how to analyze information rigorously, communicate effectively, and make ethical decisions. These are all skills that are in high demand as the job market changes rapidly. Being able to bridge the gap between technological advancements and human understanding, well, it's more important now than ever before.
And for those of you listening, as you think about all these opportunities, here's something to consider. What specific area within social sciences, especially where it intersects with technology, really sparks your interest? Where do you see yourself making a real difference in shaping the future? Take some time to think about how your interests and skills align with these evolving and incredibly important career landscapes.